Tour. The biggest games, the greatest players, and the largest payouts on the planet. The WPT is a series of international high-stakes poker tournaments that can turn amateur players into millionaires and make professionals into superstars. With millions of dollars on the line, it's time for these 5 players to live the dream of fame, fortune, and the one thing money can't buy, a WPT title. Tonight, on the World Poker Tour.
We are back at Bellagio on the Las Vegas Strip for one of the biggest tournaments of the year, as continuing coverage of the Doyle Brunson 5-Diamond World Poker Classic is about to begin. Hi, everyone. I'm Mike Sexton, along with Vince Van Patten, and this is the WPT.
And, Mike, the final tables at Bellagio, they always provide big-time action, and this one was no different.
When play began, the chip leaders, Daniel Alaei and Faraz Jaka, wasted no time in clashing with one another. And short stack Steve O'Dwyer was sent packing when he ran into the pocket jacks of Scotty Wynn.
Nothing come easy, baby.
Yeah, but the story of the night was the other short stack, Josh Aurier. He doubled up twice, and he made this amazing call with only ace high to pad his chip stack, put him in contention for the title.
Only one player will leave here with the lion's share of the multi-million-dollar prize pool and that coveted WPT title. The cards are about ready to be dealt, so let's get back to the game.
The crowd loves it. 5 players going after this major title.
Well, we started 5 days ago with 329 players. We're down to these 5, and all 5 of these guys got tremendous poker resumes. Our current chip leader is Daniel Alaei with $5.6 million. In second place, Josh Aurier, top pro out of Atlanta. They're all looking to capture a WPT title here tonight.
The Andes will start at 10,000 blinds, 60 to 120,000. To the felt we go. Action on Faraz Jaka. He calls himself the toilet, and he quickly folds.
Josh Aurier going out as well.
And the legendary Scotty Wynn, with more gold than a pawn shop, picks up King-Queen.
Well, he raised it to 350,000. Scotty's making his 8th WPT final table appearance. That ties him with poker sensation and WPT champion Phil Ivey.
Sean Buchanan, called the Cannon, quickly folds his hand.
You got like $2 million in back?
Yep. Right there. That's $2 million.
Now Daniel Alaei with a pair of deuces.
Well, Daniel's a 25-year-old poker pro out of L.A.
Come on.
Wow. Trying to make the deuces quack here. Moves all in over the top of Scotty with just 2 deuces.
Gonna put the pressure on the Prince of Poker, Scotty Wynn.
What a bold play by Daniel here. And, folks, it's tough to call all your money off with King-Queen when a guy moves in on you.
I have 2 king, I call you. I have 2 queen, I throw it away.
And he is going to muck the King-Queen, but he says he has 2 queens. How do you like that? A poker player lying about his hand.
What a nice aggressive bet by Daniel Alaei right there. Has 2 World Series of Poker bracelets to his credit, trying to add a WPT title.
Danny's been waiting to win a WPT event for a long time. WPT is very important. I think tonight might be the night to do it.
That's a poker dad for you.
And his dad's a pretty good poker player in his own right. Has won a number of tournaments in his day as well.
All right, back to this hand. Josh Aurier with a huge hand. Ace, king of hearts.
And he's first to speak, as we say. And he is reaching for raising chips.
Oh, sorry,
Yep.
sorry, John.
Looks like 315,000 is the bet.
Didn't see your hand, baby.
Scotty Wynn going out, and now it's on Sean the Cannon Buchanan, the WPT champion. 27 years old out of Canada, but he won't play his 8-4. Daniel Alaei with just King 5. Flies away, and now it's on the toilet. Faraz Jaka.
Well, Faraz came to this final table as the big chip leader. He's now down in 3rd place with 5 players left. Here he has a king deuce offsuit.
Raised to 900,000.
And he's going to raise it to 900,000. And that play is probably not going to work here. Josh just has too good a hand to lay it down.
Faraz beat up a jockey to get that cap. Says it's his lucky charm.
I'm all in.
Well, he's going to get thrown from the horse here, I can tell you, because Josh moves all in and Faraz moves all out. So the 35-year-old poker pro out of Atlanta, Georgia, Josh Aurier picking up that pot, and with it, he takes the chip lead.
Baby, you guys show bluff, baby. Come on now. You show bluff good for the game.
I never bluff. Y'all know that.
5 players remain going at it at Bellagio. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour.
When you play the game, you want to make history, just like basketball, baseball. You want to be in the history book. We play poker so many years, we want to make history. not just the money. Money come and go. Title is last forever.
We are back here at Bellagio for the World Poker Tour, the Doyle Brunson 5 Diamond World Poker Classic. Andy's going up to 15,000, blinds 80 and 160,000.
Well, Scotty, a bit of a poker historian, as you could hear. He won the $50,000 horse tournament at the World Series of Poker. That tournament had Chip Reese's name on it. This tournament has Doyle Brunson's name on it. Scotty would love to win this trophy, and he could take down the two biggest name trophies in poker.
To the felt we go. Faraz, the toilet jocker. This time with just a 6-7. He's going to take a stab, makes it 325,000 to go.
Well, this guy stays aggressive, and it doesn't matter where he stands in chip count.
Behind him, Josh REA with King Queen. Says, none of that. I'm going to raise it to 900,000. Scotty out.
Round to the Canadian, WPT champ, Sean Buchanan. Look at this, Vince. He's picked up ace king. He's got big slick.
Uh-oh, buckle up.
Oh, boy. Be bad news for Josh.
There's been a raise and a re-raise. Now, what do you do here?
And he's got 3.3 million in chips. Josh, of course, has twice that many. But don't forget Faraz. He's in the pot as well, and he's got 2.8 million. Sometimes you just go with it, but he lays down big slick there.
Kind of shocking. Daniel, he ejects his hand. Faraz also not playing.
Well, I don't think he give Faraz credit for the hand, but he did give Josh credit for having a better hand than that. But what a laydown by the Canadian there, Sean Buchanan. And Vince, I can tell you one thing. If he doesn't go on and win this tournament, he's liable to look back at that hand right there and say, you know, I should have just moved in with the ace-king right there.
All right. To the next hand we go. Scotty win. Quickly folding his hand.
Well, Sean Buchanan out as well.
Can no longer call him a loose cannon after folding ace-king.
A call.
Daniel with a jack-7 of clubs going to make this call.
Well, he's going to limp in on the button. Faraz with a 9-7 offsuit in the small blind. He's going to make the call. And Josh with just a queen-5 offsuit. He's going to say, okay, let's see a flop. So we've got three-way action in a limped-in pot, something we haven't seen yet at this final table. A flop comes Jack 3-3. So that is good for Daniel as he's taking the lead with jacks up.
Faraz is checked. Now Josh with nothing is going to bet 160,000. Daniel with top pair going to make a call.
Yep, he's going to look him up and just hope his opponent doesn't have a 3.
The toilet quickly folds.
Now 10 comes on the turn.
Doesn't help Josh. He's first to act.
Well, he's going to check.
And now Daniel with the jacks also going to check. Whoa, look at this. A river card of a queen. That's going to help Josh win this pot.
Unbelievable. Queen on the river here for Josh Aria. He now has the best hand. Will he get the value bet in? Well, indeed he is. He's going to bet 325,000 with queens up.
Queen.
Now Daniel is going to make the call here and is going to kick himself for the way he played this hand. When it's over, Josh takes it down. Well, Josh started this hand out by bluffing. Then he made the best hand. He got the value bet in. And Daniel, unfortunately for him, didn't raise on the flop, didn't bet on the turn, and then compounded it by striking out when he paid him off on the river.
Well, Josh REA, a new man, he says. He's a father of 3. He said he hired a life coach to help him balance his poker. So far, it seems to be working.
All in.
Back to this hand for Faraz. Jaka with a pair of queens says all in.
Josh had a bit of a volatile reputation. The life coach calming him down. Says he's played 3 tournaments since he hired the guy. He's made 2 final tables. So if he wins this tournament, Vince, I promise you that life coach is going to be getting a lot of phone calls from poker players.
Well, everyone's folding. Last one to consider is Daniel, and he's got an ace-9 of diamonds.
What he's thinking about is, why would a guy bet 2.1 million when the big blind's only 160,000 if he had a real big hand? Wouldn't he want people to come in and play? It's the overbet that has Daniel puzzled here.
Yep, it's usually suspicious. And that's what Daniel's thinking right now. Little does he know that the toilet has a real hand, pair of queens.
A call.
And he's going to make the call here. And he is not going to like it, as he can quickly see that Faraz is over a 2-1 favorite to win this pot.
This could be devastation here. Wow, it goes to show you, if you want action, you got to mix up your over bets. The Toilet doing that perfectly. He's getting the action. Will he want it after the flop?
Well, Faraz at his second WPT final table this season, still out front after the flop as it comes King 6-4. So nearly 4.4 million in this pot.
The Toilet smiling right there. He's got to sweat 2 more cards. Here comes the turn.
The 3 of spade comes off. Now this a good card for Faraz because it eliminates the ace of spade from play. We saw Sean Buchanan folded the ace of hearts, which means Daniel has 1 out. He must catch the lonesome ace. Doesn't happen as the 7 of diamonds comes up on the river. Faraz Jaka has doubled up.
The ladies are good for Faraz, the Toilet Jaka, as he takes down a huge pot. 5 players remain going after a title and close to 1.5 million. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour.
Any 15K Bellagio tournament is going to be really tough final table. The last one had some of the younger, fresher, like online players who are at the peak of their game. This one has a few of the more old school players. Their experience is huge, but I kind of feel like I'm a hybrid between like the old school live players and the new school online players. I feel like I'm right there with them in every aspect of that game.
Well, he's talking about younger, fresher players. Where do we fit in, Mike?
Well, Vince, we're in the old school for sure, no doubt about that. But Faraz Jaka making his second WPT final table this season. That is so tough to do. And he's done it both at Bellagio events here. The last player to do that was Elke Grossberger, and he became the WPT Player of the Year. No matter what happens tonight, certainly Faraz Jaka will become the leader in the WPT Player of the Year award standings.
To the game we go. A quick fold by Scotty Wynn, and now Sean Buchanan. Going to bump it up with a King 9 of diamonds. Makes it 380,000 to go.
Well, he's the Canadian we call the Cannon, looking for his second WPT title tonight. Action over to Daniel. He goes out.
The Toilet also going away.
Sean, how much you playing?
2.4 behind.
Josh has got King Jack of spades. Pretty strong hand.
Well, he's also got 8.8 million in chips, Vince, more than twice as many as anybody else at the table. So he is in great shape in terms of chip count, and he's just going to call here.
Josh Aurier, the only poker player I know of with a life coach, seems to be working for him. Will he get lucky here? What a flop.
Oh, a good flop for Josh. He's flopped an open-end straight and a flush draw. Action's on him. He's going to check. This is the check raise, folks, in case this guy makes a continuation bet, but he doesn't do it. He checks right behind. Now a 6 comes off. Again, action on Josh. Well, he's going to check again.
Nothing hitting for Sean. He's just got an inside straight draw. And maybe guts, because there he goes, 375,000.
Man, what he's going to do is fall into a trap here, Vince, because he virtually has nothing here. An offsuit 6 is not going to scare Josh.
I'm all in.
He's going to check raise all in here. That's what he wanted to do on the flop. He just waited one more street to do it.
Yep, he likes the possibilities. He's going to try to push that cannon out.
Yeah, that cannonball was going south, I can tell you that.
The old ball fell on the old foot there, it looks like. And he has to fold his hand.
If he checked on the flop, why not just check on the turn there? Maybe you get lucky and catch a jack and win the pot.
Josh Aurier in top form right now, extends his chip lead. He's 35 years old, 3 daughters. Second WPT final table.
Well, Vince, the guy's got over $4.7 million in tournament winnings. That's pretty impressive, I can tell you. And he's looking to add another $1.5 million of that tonight.
Back to the drama. Sean quickly folding. Daniel also out. And now the Toilet. Faraz Jaka gets a toilet hand. Just a nothing 8-6 offsuit. But he's going to raise with it, Mike. Makes it 400,000.
Well, he is incredible in terms of aggression. We thought he was aggressive in the last time he made the final table on the World Poker Tour, but it pales in comparison to the way he's betting tonight.
Josh out.
Now, Scotty, he knows this guy raises with anything, but he just opts to call, doesn't re-raise.
Here's the first 3.
Now, Scotty has flopped a gut shot straight draw here. He checks, and Faraz checks right behind him.
Deuce of spades on the turn. Scotty checks again.
Well, now Faraz is going to take a stab at this pot. He leads out and bets $350,000 into a pot that's got almost $1 million in it. So this is just a small little bet to try to win this pot.
And Scotty Wynn with all the gold. What do you think the odds are that he has gold fillies, Mike? 1 to 5?
And he's trying to put more gold in his pockets, Vince, and right now he's got a tough decision as to what to do with this King Jack. He's going to lay it down. So Faraz going to win that pot through aggression again. And you know, against this kind of player, Vince, that just raises all the time with all these garbage hands, you know, sometimes when you pick up King Jack in the big blind, you just got to move all in with it.
He is a little short, but honestly, that's his comfort zone, and that's when he does the best, and it's more nerve-wracking for me, but he handles himself pretty well.
Never want to hear your wife say, you're a little short.
Scotty's wife, Julie, is saying Scotty plays the short stack well, which he does, but on the other hand, nobody's comfortable on the short stack, not even Scotty.
All right, back to the cards. Josh Arieh this time with 8-5 of hearts. And look at him change gears. He's going to raise with it, makes it $350,000. And now Scotty Wynn has picked up the Gretzky hand, 99.
Come on.
Says all in.
You just can't blame him, Vince.
Cannon goes out. Daniel also out.
Oh, unfortunate for Scotty. Faraz has picked up 2 kings in the big blind. The guy that seemingly tries to steal about every pot
I'm all in.
has finally picked up a huge duke in the big blind. He moves all in. Josh goes out, and Scotty is in land of doom right now. He's going to have to get very lucky to stay alive in this tournament. Scotty came to this final table in second chip position. He actually took the chip lead once. Now he's on the brink of going out in 5th place unless he can get very lucky here.
The toilet is swirling right now. What an opportunity for the toilet for Jaka. Here comes the first 3.
Now flop comes ace, jack, 8. Now Scotty grins a little bit, but he knows he's up against it. Gonna have to catch a 9 or 2 running cards to make it straight. Otherwise, he and Julie will be heading home in 5th place.
He's in suck-out territory right now. Scotty Wynn needs some luck, but it's not going to happen on 4th Street.
A deuce comes off, so we're down to the river. Scotty must catch 1 of 2 9s left in the deck. Otherwise, his dream of capturing a second WPT title tonight is out the door.
Here it comes. No.
8 of spades comes off. So that's going to do it for the Prince of Poker. Scotty Wynn going to have to wait till another day to capture his second WPT title.
Always entertaining. Scotty Wynn, a true champion, out in 5th place, going to take home close to $250,000. We're down to 4 players.
It's still good, you know. You're just disappointed. That's all, you know. That's poker, baby. You know what I mean?
Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action here on the World Poker Tour.
Welcome back to Bellagio in the final table of the Doyle Brunson 5-Diamond World Poker Classic.
And I'll tell you something, the stakes are high. There's big money on the line, a WPT title. Let's check the chip count and then go back to the game.
Our current chip leader from Atlanta, Georgia, is top pro Josh Arieh. He's got $9.2 million in chips. In second place, Faraz Jaka, a.k.a. the Toilet, with about $7.2 million. Daniel Alaei in 3rd place with $1.9 million. And on the short stack right now, the Canadian, Sean Buchanan, with $1.2 million.
And the action goes to Faraz. The Toilet Jaka. He's got 9-10 of diamonds. Going to raise. Makes it $400,000 to go. Into Josh, who has a king 3 of diamonds.
Now, Vince, what amazes me here is that Josh is thinking about playing this hand. Now, normally it's like an unwritten rule in tournament poker. When there's 4 players left and there's 2 big stacks and 2 short stacks, the big stacks just sort of avoid each other.
How much did you start with?
You know, because you don't want to clash with that guy. You let the other 2 guys get knocked out before you go clashing for the big dough. But not these guys. They're aggressive. They're players. And they're looking to fire it up right here, as you can see.
Well, Josh with his king 3 makes it $1.1 million. A couple quick folds around. Faraz is called. Here we go.
Flop comes king 9-3. What a flop for Josh Arieh. He's flopped top and bottom pair. Faraz has flopped middle pair.
And Faraz, he checks. Dream flop there for Josh Arieh.
Yep, he's not going to slow play it, Vince.
But what's the total?
He's betting $1.65 million.
Wow, Faraz quickly calls here. Danger Will Robinson.
Well, danger's right, because he is in dire straits right now.
Well, he is, but he could get lucky. The pot builds as the two chip leaders battle. Here comes the turn.
A king comes off, the dream card for Josh Aurier. He has kings full. There's no card he can lose this pot with. The question is, how much can he get from the toilet on this hand?
This gets better and better. Faraz in first position, though, has to act first.
Well, Vince, he's got second pair here. If his opponent had a flush draw or just making some kind of play, he might have the best hand. Now look at the grin on Josh's face right there, sort of a smirky. I can't believe you bet into me when I have kings full. How sweet is this? Well, Josh is just going to call. He's not raising here with the kings full. He doesn't want his opponent to go anywhere. He wants him to keep firing whatever he's got. Well, 7 of diamonds comes off. A massive pot out there right now. And look at this, Vince. Faraz has bet, but he's only bet the size of the big blind, 160,000, into a pot that's got nearly 7 million in it. We've never seen that in the history of the tour.
Oh, he is blowing up like a 70s casino right now. Before our very eyes, Josh Aurier gonna milk him like a Holstein here.
That's what Josh is thinking about. Is he knows this guy's got something, but not too much if he's betting that little bit on the river. So how much can he bet to extract from this guy? You know, if you move all in, you're going to run him out for sure. So Josh has selected 1.5 million as the total bet here.
Oh, wow. The toilet backing up right there. Wow.
You want action?
Bite your tongue.
Do you want action? He wants to scream out yes, but he's afraid to do that because Faraz may run away.
This is his worst nightmare.
It's 1.5 total, is that right?
There's about 8.6 million in this pot. Going to cost him 1.3 million more to call now. The only way you can lay this hand down here is if you feel certain that you're beating this pot.
Josh Aurier saying prayers. Hook him in more.
Vince, I love the size of this bet by Josh. He has clocked his opponent just perfectly. Knows he couldn't stand a real giant bet, an all-in bet, but he may pay this off because of the pot size. Almost perfect poker by Josh there. Faraz does get away from that hand, but with that pot, Josh Aurier takes a monster chip lead at this final table.
Oh, and there's the toilet's friend, Emily. She'd like to disappear under that black hat.
She better break out the tidy bowl right now.
Like around
But look at this. A massive chip lead by Josh Aurier right now. He's got 10 million more than the second place guy. He's got over 13 million. Faraz in second place with 3.8 million. Daniel and Sean have over $1 million.
All right, and this hand now, back on Josh, our hero of the moment. And right now he has King Jack of Hearts, going to make it 425 to go. The loose cannon, Sean Buchanan goes out, but Daniel alive with an ace-9. Seems interested.
Well, Vince, he knows the guy's just putting chips out there while he's still stacking chips from the last pot. Could have anything here.
Come on.
And Daniel's gone all in here.
Yeah, Faraz mucks.
How much is it?
Love this bet by Daniel. He has sized things up perfectly. But because of the chip count, Josh
I call.
is going to make the call.
He's starting to fire here at Bellagio.
Well, you can make these kind of calls when you can well afford to make them when you have this many chips. He's still going to have well over 10 million in chips, even if he loses this pot. And if he wins it, he'll be a more dominating chip leader with just 3 players left. So he's gambling here. Daniel, he's tournament life on the line, but he loves that flop as it comes ace, 8-5. A great flop for Daniel.
Daniel's dad, Eddie, celebrating in the crowd. Loves that flop for his son.
They know that Josh has to catch 2 runners now to win the pot. Whether it's 2 runners to make a straight or 2 runners of combination of a king and a jack. Well, there's the straight runner. The 10 comes off. And Josh shakes his head. Oh, man, can I be rushing this much? Is it possible a lucky lady could come off on the river and I could win this pot with an ace-high straight?
Anything is possible.
So he went from drawing dead on the turn to drawing live on the river if a queen comes off. Let's see if it happens.
Can he get the miracle? Suck out, knock him down to 3? No.
3 of clubs comes off. So Daniel Alaei, the 25-year-old poker pro out of Los Angeles, doubles up to stay alive.
We have 4 players going after close to 1.5 million in cash here tonight at Bellagio. We're coming back for more on the World Poker Tour.
I really do love to play poker. I think it's the greatest game in the world. I think that if there wasn't so much money at stake, I would still be playing poker. I just love the game. I think it's such a complex game that deals with psychology and math. It's fascinating to me, and I love to win.
Been playing at the Bellagio ever since it opened. The people that started the Bellagio were very poker conscious, and they've created a great poker room, particularly for the high limit players. The Bellagio is a great place for cash game players and tournament players. Such a good final table, and I am glad because my name's on the tournament.
Oh, there's the godfather of poker, Doyle Brunson. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour.
And believe me, all these players want to etch their name on that trophy because it's the Doyle Brunson 5-Diamond World Poker Classic. The Hall of Famer himself is on that trophy, and you want to put your name on there too.
4 players remain. Josh REA out in front with over $11 million. Let's go to the money pit. The Cannon, Sean Buchanan on the short stack, has a king 8 this time.
Well, he's been pretty quiet lately at this final table. See what he does here with the king 8 offsuit under the gun.
All in.
Whoa, all in, he says. Right behind him, big trouble. Daniel Alai with ace king. He says all in. A couple folds, and we're going to have a showdown.
Well,
Nice hand.
Sean is not happy about this because he is dominated, as we say. Daniel Alai about a 4-1 favorite as the cards lie because Josh folded an 8.
Let's see if the Cannon can get lucky. Here's the flop.
Now flop comes 9-7-3.
All around it.
So Sean is going to have to catch 2 runners to make a straight or catch an 8. Otherwise, he's going to be our 4th place finisher.
Yep, a WPT champion. The Cannon on the morphine drip right now.
Well, the board pairs 9s. So we are down to the river. Sean Buchanan from Canada, looking for a second WPT title tonight, is going to have to catch an 8 to stay alive in this tournament. Otherwise, he's going to finish in 4th place.
Can he get lucky? No, it's a jack of diamonds, and the Cannon has blown up. He's out of here in 4th place.
Yep, he lit the fuse, but the Cannon never left its shell there, Vince. Blows up, out in 4th place, but a nice event for Sean Buchanan.
He's a terrific player. He's a WPT champion. But right now, he has to say goodbye. He picks up $333,000, and just like that, we are down to 3 players going after millions here at Bellagio. As you can see, the chip leader at this point drawing away from this field, Josh REA, $11.2 million.
Well, Daniel Alai in 2nd place with $4.9 million, and Faraz Jaka in 3rd place with $3.6 million.
I got Danny's luck now on my card.
Blinds are 80 and 160,000. It's getting exciting now.
All these guys going for their first WPT title, but all very successful poker players.
Action's going to Daniel.
You don't have to raise into Danny's luck.
And he just calls it the toilet going out. And now it's on Josh, who has an 8-7 offsuit.
Well, look at this, Vince. He is raising it to $560,000 with an 8-7 offsuit. Quickly called by Daniel. But it just shows you when Josh gets chips, folks, he really puts pressure on his opponents.
Here we go.
And flop comes Jack 9-3. No help to either player. Does give Josh a gut shot straight draw, but both players check. And now an 8 comes off. Josh has taken the lead. He's got a pair of 8s with the gut shot straight draw. And he's going to come out betting.
Yep, 725,000.
Well, Daniel has the same straight draw, but would actually have to catch a king to win this pot. At least to have the best hand.
Like the 1.8.
Well, Daniel's going to raise it to 1.8 million. But he's going to try to win it by raising right here with nothing. And there you can see Josh fidgeting with his hands. Bit of a nervous reaction.
Wow, what nerve to make this kind of raise with absolutely zip and pip. But he's done it.
But Vince, look at this. Josh has made the call with 2 8s, the 3rd pair, and a gut shot straight draw.
Down to the river we go.
Now the 6 of spade comes off. Josh made that call with 2 8s because he felt it's the best hand, and indeed it is. Josh is going to check.
If he just blew on this pot, you'd win it, but no, doesn't have the heart to bet it.
He's going to check. And Vince, I play poker with a guy who told me, you know, sometimes you can fire a bullet or 2, but on other occasions, you got to empty the clip. Daniel didn't do it there. Josh takes down the pot.
Destiny could be on Josh's side tonight.
3 players remain in the Doyle Brunson 5 Diamond World Poker Classic.
We're coming back with more action from Bellagio in just a moment.
I remember the last time I made the WPT final table, I just shoved and just gave it away with Jack High. I'm all in.
You gotta be kidding. He's going all in.
And I look at it and I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh man, and he has just gone down like the Hindenburg.
Bad read, I don't know what it is. I'm pretty disappointed. I've only seen that meltdown one time, and that's enough.
Not quite enough. We get to show it to you again on TV. Welcome back to the World Poker Tour. We're at Bellagio.
We never let him forget them bad plays, do we, man?
That's right. 3 players remain here tonight. Josh REA.
Look at the chip lead he's got. 13.4 million. Second place, Faraz Jaka with 3.5 million. And third place, Daniel Alai with 2.8 million.
Faraz, they call him the toilet. Jaka this time with King 7. He's going to raise, makes it 400,000 to go. But Josh right behind him with his strong ace-queen.
I'm all in.
And there he goes, pushing all in. Daniel out.
And out goes the toilet, so Josh increases his chip stack a little bit there. And Vince, I'll tell you, he seemingly has made the right move on every occasion. And I'm talking about a couple very tough calls that he's made and put in there as well along the way, besides playing his hands at the right time.
Well, the blinds are going up to 100 and 200,000. We're getting serious. Action on Josh this time with the button.
This time Josh looks down at the 8-5 of spade. He is going to raise it, makes it 450,000 to go.
Daniel behind with an ace 7 of diamonds.
All in.
He says all in.
What a bet by Daniel here.
Toilet goes out.
I'm your little bank over here.
It is getting to become a bully game now.
I'm your little bank over here.
Whoever has the guts and the nerve pushes in, seems to be winning.
And I got news for you. All 3 of these guys have got nerve, they've got guts, and they've got game.
Next hand for Roz.
All in.
The toilet has ace 6. He says all in. Josh goes out with 7 deuce. But,
Call.
Wow, behind him, Daniel with kings.
Yep.
A quick call.
Well, a dream hand in the big blind for Daniel Alai, and what a time to get a rush. He's in dominating position to win this one. 70% favorite to do so.
The toilet gets up from his seat.
There hasn't been one big suck out yet. So
Walks to the rail.
it's coming now. It's bound to happen.
Faraz says, you know, we need a big suck out at this final table. We haven't had one yet. Maybe I'll get it right now. Well, he needs it right now, or otherwise the toilet will become a porta potty.
Here comes the first 3.
Well, the flop comes king, 10-5. Daniel Alai has flopped the top set, 3 kings, but it's not over. Faraz can catch a running queen and a jack.
Jack ball one time.
To make an ace high straight, but otherwise, it's tapioca pudding.
Jack ball.
The toilet in desperate need of a plumber at this point. Needs complete luck. Here's 4th Street.
Well, 8 of diamonds comes off. No card on the river can win it for Faraz. He's going to be our 3rd place finisher, but still, nice tournament for him. And with this performance, he now becomes this season's WPT Player of the Year points leader. So we are down to 2 tough pros.
That's how it's supposed to be, right?
Hell yeah.
Josh REA and Daniel Alai both have 2 World Series of Poker bracelets to their credit, both trying to capture their first WPT title.
Stay tuned. We're coming back with more action on the World Poker Tour. Welcome back to Heads Up action on the WPT.
The Cash and Tiffany's WPT Championship bracelet are being put on the table to remind these players of all that is at stake.
And what a sight to see. The beautiful Bellagio girls put the stacks of hundreds on the table, literally millions.
Well, this is the beauty of poker tournaments, Vince. They bring out the cash. You can take home money instead of a check if you so desire. What these guys want to take home is not only that cash, but that coveted WPT title that goes with it.
We had a chance to talk to Daniel and Josh at the break. Here's what they had to say.
I'm very happy to be here, and I'm happy to be heads up and happy to be heads up with Josh. Josh is a good friend of mine, so it's going to be fun.
I played my best the whole time, and I was really fortunate early to win a couple flips, and that's what I had to do. We'll see what happens. Long way to go. Danny's freaking awesome. I mean, it'll be a huge accomplishment beating him head up. I have the chip lead, but I'm no favorite. I mean, he's tough.
Kumbaya at the table.
Feel that, man.
You too, my man.
Well, he's trying to play it down, Vince, talking about Josh, that he's not the favorite. But when you have a 2-1 chip lead over your opponent playing heads up, you are the favorite, and you know it.
I'll tell you, this is a whole new Josh, because years ago, he was a smart aleck at the table. He put people down. Now he has this life coach. It's turned him around. What a perspective. He's all humbled.
Well, you're right, Vince. When he finished in 3rd place in the main event at the World Series of Poker back in 2004, he was very brash, came off very poorly. He has certainly turned his image around since then.
Well, here we go. Very first hand. Daniel picking up ace-jack.
He's going to raise it. Makes it $525,000 to go. And Josh, with the queen 3 of spade, going to look him up and make the call. So here comes our first flop in this heads-up battle. Well, it's 9-8 deuce, all clubs, no help to either player.
Josh first to act, and he's going to check it. Let's see if the young 25-year-old out of L.A. will make the continuation bet. Just like that, he does. $600,000, and he's going to take down the first one.
Well, Daniel taking the first step in closing the gap on that chip lead by winning pot number 1 of this heads-up battle.
Josh, 35 years old, lives in Atlanta, Georgia still. What a player, and this time, what a hand. Ace-king.
And he's going to raise it to make it $500,000 to go here.
But Daniel picks up a super hand, pair of queens.
Folks, if all the money doesn't go in before the flop here, I'll be completely shocked.
This is a cold deck.
1.6.
Well, it doesn't matter which one of these hands you have. You're going to keep raising until all the money's in before the flop, playing heads-up poker.
Daniel makes it 1.6.
I'm all in.
I call.
Well, he's gone all in. He's been called.
Wow, look at that.
And here we go, the classic race situation, ace-king versus 2 queens. And the difference in first and second place money is $500,000 in real money.
Come up to this, 500 dimes.
I was looking forward to playing.
So, folks, essentially, they're flipping a coin for perhaps $500,000. Well, no matter what happens here, neither player is going to fault themselves for the way they played this hand. I don't care who you are. You're getting all the money in before the flop if you can do so with either one of these 2 hands.
Well, this could be it. If Josh gets lucky with his cards here, he will become our next champion.
Well, flop comes Jack 9-5 with 2 diamonds. So far, so good for Daniel. His 2 queens still out front. Josh looking for an ace or a king to take the lead. Not only the lead, to win this tournament. Well, a jack comes off, so we're down to the river. Josh shakes his head. He knows he's 1 card away from capturing a WPT title. If he can catch an ace or a king on the river, he's our champ. But no, it's a 3 of hearts. So Daniel Alayi's 2 queens stand up. He doubles up, and he is now the chip leader in this heads-up battle.
Good hand, Ben.
Oh, incredible. The fortunes have turned around just like that here at Bellagio.
The heads-up battle will continue in just a moment.
Welcome back to Bellagio. We are at the Doyle Brunson 5-Diamond World Poker Classic.
Well, let's take a look at that last hand one more time. Josh had ace-king. Daniel had 2 queens.
I'm all in.
I call.
All the money went in before the flop.
Wow, look at that.
Daniel, the lucky one, he won the race to take the chip lead. Had Josh won it, he'd have been our champion. As it is, we continue playing.
What a spectacular hand that was. As the antes and blinds going up. The antes at 20,000, blinds 120 and 240,000. Fantastic. The drama continues here at Bellagio. Let's go to the table. Josh this time with an ace-7 and the button.
Well, look what he's doing, Vince. He's limping in to camouflage that he's got an ace in his hand.
Very cagey.
Oh, but he has dominated. Daniel has picked up ace-queen.
And he rightfully so is going to put out more chips. Going to do a raise close to 800,000, 790.
Man, it's not going to shock me. He gets re-raised here.
I'm all in.
Well, he's going all in.
I call.
And Daniel's going to make the call here.
Yeah, Josh was trying to trap, but he's been trapped right now in a humongous pot.
Well, Vince, in all fairness, it looks to me like Daniel's just picking up hands that are better right now than Josh's. Here's the case, ace-queen against ace-7. If the ace-queen stands up, Daniel Alayi will be our champion. We haven't seen a big draw out at this final table yet. Could it happen here to keep this match alive?
Just needs some luck, but he's not going to get it there on the flop. 9-9 deuce. Daniel Alayi 2 cards away from becoming our champion.
Well, Josh not disappointed in that flop because if a deuce comes off, whatever card comes off in the turn in pairs, they would split the pot. But instead of 7 comes off, and Josh has taken the lead with 9s and 7s. He's right back in this thing. All he's got to do is dodge a queen on the river.
You talk about a suck out. What a card.
Well, an 8 comes off. So there you go, folks. Our first big draw at the final table keeps this match alive. And with it, these players are almost dead even in chip count.
Evening up.
He's pulled off the upset to the delight of his wife, Angela. Don't forget, he's being tutored by a life coach. Life coach has got to be saying, got to give me some of the credit for this, Josh. I kind of make these things happen.
Well, Josh got lucky there, but you can't really fault him for the way he's played any of the last couple hands.
Well, let's go to this hand. Right now, Daniel's picked up a huge pair of jacks.
Unbelievable, the cards Daniel's picking up. 2 queens, ace queen, 2 jacks.
Well, he made it 600,000, and he's going to push Josh out of the way. He folds.
What a tough match we've got going on here. They're pretty close in chip count. Both players have 2 World Series of Poker bracelets to their credit. Both trying to capture their first WPT title.
One a family man out of Atlanta. That would be Josh, 35 years old. Daniel, 25, out of LA. And this hand, Daniel has a 10-8 offsuit, the button, and he's going to pump it up to 700,000.
Oh, Josh has got 2 7s here. Any pair playing heads-up poker is a strong hand. Let's see how Josh plays the 7s. I think he'll raise it here.
Got the solid mid pair. But no, he's going to play it differently. He just calls.
I don't like this play, Vince, and I say it because there's too many cards that can come out above the 7 that would scare you.
You mean just like that? A 10 hits on the flop.
And that's one that might not scare you, but it should, because Daniel Alaei now has the best hand with 2 10s.
Josh is in the guessing game. He's going to check it.
What a flop for Daniel. He's going to bet 900,000 here.
That is not what Josh wanted to hear.
Well, Josh better be real careful here.
I'm all in.
Whoa, boy.
Oh, he's not careful at all. He's moved all in.
And that is a massive re-raise.
Massive is putting it mildly, Vince.
Close to $8 million in addition.
I'm shocked at the size of this re-raise, to be honest with you.
Call.
But Daniel's going to make a great call.
Well, Daniel has made the call, and Josh is in dire straits. I say I'm surprised at the size of that re-raise, because I believe if you raise it like $1 million instead of $8 million, you can gain the same information that maybe your opponent paired to 10s.
I'm lucky, but I don't think I'm this lucky.
Josh knows Chance has already pulled the trigger 1 street too late. He should have moved all in before the flop, not after the flop. Daniel could become our champion if the 2 10s stand up.
Well, a turn card not going to help Josh. He's 1 card away from elimination. Right now it is Daniel Alaei's moment. He's 1 card away from the title.
Yep, you got to hit a 7. Got to hit the slot machine. 3 7s. Doesn't happen as an 8 comes off. So that's going to do it for Josh. He's our runner-up. Daniel Alaei is our champion.
And his father, Eddie, celebrating. Arms outstretched. You can't believe his son, Daniel Alaei, is now a WPT champion. Post a $1.5 million hug right there.
Wow, look at that.
And there it is, another WPT champion crowned at Bellagio.
Congratulations to our champion. For Vince Van Patten and all the folks at the WPT, I'm Mike Sexton saying thanks for watching. And until next time, may all your cards be live and your pots be monsters. I don't understand what this is for.